And we're back. Episode number 3, baby. How we doing? My name is Matthew Barton.
Matthew Cano, founders are still active. What is good?
Back at it. Number 3. Got a little something special for you guys today.
Oh yeah, we do.
Finally.
Finally goes. Nah, for real though. Super cool episode coming up, and you guys will know exactly what we're talking about momentarily. But first things first, what we're gonna do is we're actually going to recap some of the questions and responses that we asked on episode 2 last week. You guys were pretty interactive, so that was really cool to see. Barton.
Always is. So let's pull it right up. The question of the week last week was, in your current situation, would you rather have more time or more money? And the results are in, folks.
Let her rip.
All our movers. So we got a percentage here. 33% said more money. 67% said more time.
Damn.
I like it, guys.
I like that too.
I definitely like it. I mean, obviously there's conversation to be had about all of that, and you could debate back and forth as we did on episode number 2.
If you didn't see it, go peep that.
But the general answer, time, is I like it.
Yeah, solid percentage. I'm curious to see why people chose what they chose.
Honestly, we should do some kind of more in-depth, get some more in-depth responses.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, week 3, we are back. Thank you guys so much for all the support so far. The last 2 weeks have been epic, truly. Lots of people shouting us out, reaching out, feedback. It's been awesome. Continue that too. Comment, send us a DM, whatever you want to see shit.
Run it up, baby.
Let us know for sure. So with that being said, week 3, the exciting news and big surprise we actually have a very special guest this week. Our first guest on the show, super good buddy of ours, motivated guy, entrepreneur, musician, and Renaissance man, honestly. He what doesn't he do? What doesn't he do? With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dale J. Brewer.
There he is, baby.
What up?
Let's go.
How's it
Dale
going?
J.
In the house.
Welcome, brother.
What's up with you guys?
Not much. You already know week 3 vibes. Happy to have you on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's wicked cool to be the first guest on the show. The show's been getting some good reviews, so happy to be here.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Appreciate that, man.
Pioneer.
Yeah, hopefully first of many.
Yeah.
Hopefully this goes on for a long time and we can talk about some future stuff and where you guys want to be soon and where I want to be. So yeah, it'll be a fun show.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely, for sure. So yes, like I mentioned in the introduction, Dale J, super good buddy of ours, super motivated guy, has his hands in a few things, and it's kind of always been that way. I've known Dale, it's been well over a decade, almost 2 at this point. And ever since then, we've just been plotting and talking about moves we were going to make when we were older, things like that. I mean, we're in our mid and early 20s, so it's kind of ballpark it for you guys. So like early teens, all that type of stuff. So yeah, so first things first, we want to talk about Dale is actually a founder and co-owner of M&D Valley Auto, right in Mohawk, New York. So Dale, let us know what's good.
Yeah, M&D Valley Auto, that's the name. Opened it about 2 years ago. I purchased the property, but didn't really start selling cars until February of 22. So, here we are a little over a year in, learned a lot so far, still new challenges every day. So, it's a good time. It's interesting going from, working for somebody and then working for yourself. I really decided to take it full time just about the beginning of the summer. So here I am now. I mean, winter's coming. Hopefully it's a good winter. Usually stuff slows down, not only for cars, but just in general for the winter, unless you're into like the snow plowing business or something. But most of the time stuff slows down, and really hoping I can keep it up. Just try to set goals for the month and beat them. So on to some good stuff over there. I actually started the journey detailing cars with a friend of mine, James Aiello, really good kid. Really good dude. And we started detailing cars. He started it himself and he brought me in. And that's kind of where I learned a lot to detail cars. I saved up some money and got into the dealership aspect of things with a friend of mine, Mitch, who's now my partner. one of my best friends, and so now we're in this together, and that's pretty much how it started. But even before then, I was working for Enterprise in the car industry, detailing cars for them. My dad's been a mechanic his whole life, so I've kind of been around cars, kind of had a knack for them. So I guess it was like my calling. But yeah, I don't like to say that. I think you can really do anything you want to do. So, but either way, I think it was my calling.
No, absolutely, dude. That's sick. All
Yeah,
right, so
definitely.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, with starting that, if you had to kind of pinpoint, you know, within the first 3 months, like, what would you say were like your main like struggles or like, adversity you had to face, just with the startup?
Yeah, I mean, really, the garage was like a shell of what it is today. I mean, it's not really perfect, and I don't think that location I have will ever be perfect, but it gets the job done for now. So I guess like hardships are just like getting it ready. There's a lot of stuff on like the state side of things that definitely is like a lot that you don't even, that you can't really explain. But just like dealing with the state, paperwork, inspections, people coming down, and then just a lot of man hours, a lot of elbow grease, and getting that stuff all situated. It's definitely those are like the beginning hardships, and then I mean, obviously, it's just like people. Anytime you deal with the public, and you got to deal with people, it's a different challenge every day. Put on a new cap for a new person, and gotta kind of learn like the psychology side of it, I guess, too, just to kind of see how different people react in different ways. So I don't know. That's really like how it is. Essentially, it's really about reading people. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're a salesman, but try to do the best you can, especially as a startup business. You want to make people happy. You want to get people into good vehicles. I mean, that's really the best you can do.
Yeah, it's a startup too, you got to start somewhere. That's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I like how you touched on the psychology side of things because I feel like that's something that every business person needs to know, and I feel like it's not talked about enough among like the general business practices and things like that. I mean, it's I've seen it in like specialized niches and things like that, or like people on Instagram, like mentors and content creators and stuff like that. But I still feel like it's not talked about enough.
No, not at all.
It's the tedious stuff. It's not the highlight reel, people aren't really
But it's like
showcasing that.
well, right, but it's like the behind the scenes. It's kind of like you know the mechanism, like the mechanics of it that like put the car in drive. No pun intended, Dale, but you know what I mean.
No.
For sure. So once you understand psychology of why people buy things and the decisions they make, what makes them tick, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like, okay, you know, the car's in drive now.
Yeah. I mean, you dabble in books and stuff like that here and there, I guess, to get motivated and stuff like that. I mean, I've read your fair share of like the top books that, you read 50 Cent's book, you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you read, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Like you read stuff like that. I mean, that's how it goes, and you get a little motivation behind you, and you get, it's really about saving money though. If you don't know how to save money, that's really how you're gonna get started. Save a little bit of money, um find other motivated people. I mean, it's really helpful to have a partner with a lot of things as well, to help handle the load. And if I was doing it by myself, it'd definitely be ridiculously hard.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Honestly, partnerships are huge.
Yeah, no, most of the people I know who are like entrepreneurs and stuff, they got partners. Like they like to have a partner for just about everything. Even just someone to just like, you know, just go to them for opinions and stuff like that, and different aspects and different perspectives. Like it's just easy that way. I mean, at the end of the day, people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, you got to share the money. You got to share the money," but it's not really what it's about. I mean, if you can kind of put two good brains together, I mean, you should be able to. I mean, maybe double the money. Really, you should look at it like that way rather than just like being greedy about it.
No, for sure. I feel like more so than anything, it's more advantageous than anything.
Yeah,
And like especially with like the brand still active, you know what I mean? Like real estate, Antonio's my partner,
yeah,
all that. Like he has like changed my whole perspective on things and like has opened my eyes to things that like I would not have even really tapped into at all. Probably still wouldn't if it wasn't for him. So
Hell yeah.
the
absolutely.
partner thing huge, like you and Mitch, obviously you guys bring, different values to the table and it's a cohesive effort,
Yeah,
that team effort. So they're
yeah,
definitely a good point with that.
yeah, for sure.
Don't be afraid to bring a partner into it. Listen, the money will come, but starting it up, building that solid foundation, and having second set of eyes, second set of opinions. Really, I think it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, but even if you want to do it alone, you gotta have a lot of confidence either way to to do it. But if you're thinking about it, and especially if maybe if you don't have the money to start it up, like you can get someone to invest on something with you, and you can be the brains, they can be the money. So I'm saying, I said at first you got to save money, but business loans do exist, and there's other people with money who are willing to invest. So you can go a couple different ways. Especially if you just got a good idea, you just go with it.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. And that's another good point too, is don't wait for anyone else to chase your dream or, start something up. I mean, because you could start it up too and then get a partner along the way, or like Dale said, get an investor, something like that. But, when you have a vision and a dream, put your foot on the gas and
For
go.
sure.
And don't let anybody tell you that you can't. It's cliche, but it's like real shit. You know what I mean? Like we're out here doing it. I know some of you guys right now are out here doing your own thing, and you know what I mean. So hell yeah, M&D Valley Auto, definitely check them guys out.
Yep. Website, Facebook. We don't got no Instagram or nothing, but like Facebook, mndvalleyauto.com. Yeah, I mean, you can find stuff on there as
YouTube.
well. Maybe we'll dabble in doing some cool stuff in the future, commercial, some radio stuff. I don't know. Maybe coming up this spring tax season or something like that. A little bit more advertising.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll link that too in the description, so
For sure. We'll check it
everybody can peep that out for sure. So yeah, and the next thing, upstate bets. This is
out.
another.
Yeah.
This is yeah. So this is another thing that Dale J has his hands in. So
Yeah.
what's up with upstate bets? What made you get into this? Like, let us know a little bit of the history.
Yeah. Avid sports fan. Steelers are playing right now. Be happy that I'm on here. I'm actually missing the Steelers game to be on here. It's actually some psychopath stuff I'm doing right now. I usually don't leave the TV on Sundays, Saturdays. Avid sports fans, how it started. Love, you know, I shouldn't say I love gambling on sports. It ended up being that way. Now it's part of the Sunday and really Saturday routine for college football as well. So I started Upstate Bets originally when you were 18 in New York. You can start doing like DraftKings stuff, fantasy lineups. Always played fantasy football my whole life, but we started doing that. We started doing this thing called Fire Five. With the Fire Fives, we just picked like DraftKings players. We started that in like 2019. It actually was me, Mitch, and a buddy of mine, Riaz, started this like little podcast, and we all sat together. Actually, in the house I'm in now, Mitch used to live here. Yeah, we'd all sit on the couch, do this little podcast talking about sports. And it was really just like getting like 15, 20 views, nothing special. Talk about what we bet on, talk about the picks, something really cool, something we actually might bring back in the future. But then we really didn't start hitting our stride until like the COVID year. I think a lot of things changed for people. A lot of people found really good opportunities, and that was our opportunity to kind of take things a little bit further. Had a lot more time to invest into it. So around that time, like Pick'em Sports, I don't know if you're familiar with like Prize Picks or Sleeper, became legal in New York. So once that became legal, kind of hit the ground running, started doing those videos, and we kind of blew up. I mean, growing up as a kid, I had this like passion for YouTube. Like I was just like obsessed with YouTube. Like I still am. Like I watch YouTube like eating dinner, watch YouTube at the gym. I'm watching
Yes,
YouTube.
sir.
Like I'm a YouTube freak for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just like I love YouTube. And like I growing up, I always want to be partnered on YouTube. And I was like, all right, well, I'll take this shit seriously, and I'll get partnered on YouTube. So we ended up hitting 1,000 subscribers. I got partnered, starting getting a little bit of money from it. We built this Patreon page. We got some members on the Patreon. Right now, we only got 20 members, but they pay monthly for the picks. And we do really well. We put our percentages on there. We have this whole community we built. We had a Discord with over 500 members. People go in and they talk about their picks. Started to build this little community called Upstate Dynasty. Talk about picks, who you're betting on. So gonna move over to like Twitter. Do a little bit of TikTok stuff as well, but sitting close to 5,000 subs now, and really, it's just
Damn.
something fun we do. We do videos every single day. So videos every single day. Go check that out. Upstate Bets. Thing with betting, it's something. It's you're never gonna hit every single day. So if you go check it out, I try to make it as entertaining as possible, not just like cut and dry like statistics and stuff like that. But it's just something cool we do. I have a partner in that. His name is Ryan Stillwell. We call him Riaz. Really good dude as well. He actually has his own he's got laundromats. He's got his own vending machine business as well. So he's someone cool if you ever want to dabble into him.
Oh yeah.
Do it every single day, and Honestly, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's super fun. It's just it literally like for like 2 years I didn't do it. I got like 20 views, 10 views, and then just one day I woke up, I was like, holy shit, like we got like woke up with like 2,000 views. I was like, oh my god, like this is a thing now. It was wicked cool. So yeah, so that's how it started.
That's awesome.
Dude, that got me excited over here,
Yeah,
like
no, it was
for
cool.
real. Yeah, because I remember, growing up with you and shit, like the YouTube. I mean, I think we're all super into YouTube,
Don't
but
even get me
like
started
this
on YouTube.
motherfucker,
Don't even get me started, bro.
dude.
Like, yo, I got like 15 channels. I've tried everything, bro. Like I've tried the vlogs, bro. I tried everything. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on YouTube, bro. Like it's something that I think like, all of us or like content creators or even like entrepreneurs in general, like they've always wanted to do that. Because it's kind of been shoved in our faces. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now TikTok's kind of the new thing. But either way, bro, at one point people were just playing Call of Duty, talking in the microphone, making hundreds of $1,000s just sitting on their couch playing Call of Duty all day. It was like a dream when you're like 11, 12 years old. I'm just like,
Dude, yeah, 100%.
so I
Dude,
mean, this
I
YouTube is that's always been a part of my life.
but back then, speaking of like when we were like 11 and 12, like that era of YouTube was unmatched.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
like I
can't be
was,
there.
dude, like we were all on YouTube. I have a drum cover page and I ain't saying what it is.
Oh, it's Mega Maker 18. Go check it out. It's absolutely phenomenal stuff. And he's a talented drummer. Matt is a talented drummer. Go check it out. Matt thinks it's terrible, but like the public will be like, "Wow, you were doing this at 12. Like this is amazing."
Honestly.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. But to go back to what I was saying is like that era of YouTube was like you could pretty much do almost anything and you would probably get views.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
it was just like so not nearly as saturated as it is today.
And it was raw.
It was raw
Like
as fuck, dude. I
no
was
quality.
I mean, like I liked Ray William Johnson. He had the equals three thing. I mean, like there was like Fred. Fred was huge. I never really watched Fred, but like yeah, like Fred was huge. Like
oh yeah, I
Was
watched
that like
Brad.
the young kid that was like all crazy?
yeah, I mean, if you I don't know if you ever heard of Smosh or anyone like that. I mean, dude, there's some. I mean, there's some all timers, dude, in the YouTube space.
How to
Out of
Ninja?
Ninja, yeah,
Dude.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, these are some OGs in the YouTube space, dude. Like these are
Oh yeah.
they kind of set the ground running, I think, for this whole like wave low key now. Like really though, because these guys were like the first ones to really like, besides for actors in Hollywood, like these were the ones where like, nah, I'm actually like a private filmmaker, and this is what I'm doing, and like I can actually like not make a living, but actually be rich off of it. It was crazy.
Dude, a lot of the OG YouTubers became high end producers or
Yeah,
what is it, VFX, like
yeah, yeah,
crazy editing. Like they're insane.
yeah. And back
And
then,
they started out shooting raw videos.
yeah,
Like now they're doing crazy shit.
yeah, and it was a lot less accessible back then. I mean, think about my computer growing up, my desktop. Like I couldn't even think about uploading like a high quality video back then. I mean, mine like the equipment back then was more expensive. There was less accessibility on the internet for you to like figure how to do things. Like right now, I can like figure out kind of how to do anything on there on YouTube at least. It's not only just a don't even get me on the side of YouTube. It's like its own university to figure out anything you want to do. Like if I gotta fix a car, I mean, what do you think I do? I just YouTube it.
Dude,
I mean, there's things I know how to do, but at the end of the day, everyone's using it.
It is elite.
So,
for sure. That was just cool though to think back to that. That was such an awesome time, dude. I mean, just such a simple
oh,
time.
absolutely, yeah,
And like I remember too, like there was this drummer, and maybe you know him, Dale. Remember Cobus?
yeah. I get a lot of Cobus lookalikes. People think I look like Cobus when I wear my glasses.
You, yeah, you throw them glasses
Yeah,
on, you're Cobus, dude. But yeah, even him though, he was like probably one of my like main inspirations as far as like YouTube drumming, and also Luke Holland
yeah,
too. Back in the day, Luke Holland was sick.
yep.
But yeah, dude, I mean, I was filming videos on a fucking Toshiba
I
laptop.
remember that it was a purple one, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was a purple
Yeah.
one. But you know what I mean? Like back then the drum mics and all that equipment were so
Oh,
expensive. And I was
yeah,
fucking 11 years old.
absolutely.
Now you can get it now you can get a pack of drum mics for like $200, maybe
Yeah,
less.
But the
and it'll sound.
Toshiba probably did the job just right because back then we didn't even have 1080p or 4K. It was literally 720 or what, 540? Like
360. Really, I mean, nah, I've tried everything. Like I was doing at one point I was actually doing like tech reviews. Like I was actually like doing tech reviews. Like I was doing anything I could just to like be a YouTuber. So yeah, I mean, I guess that dream, I guess, gets lived out a little bit with upstate bets. A little bit of my kid side, my childhood just being like, yeah, that's dope.
Hell yeah, I love that, dude.
But I was thinking about
I
when you
mean,
guys were doing your podcast, the cool thing about this and podcasting in general compared to what I do is that these are all rewatchable. I can go back and watch the first episode when I'm driving in my car, the second episode on Upstate. Like I posted that betting video today. That betting video has no rewatchability at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would anyone want to know about bets from tonight's game tomorrow? Like that's what's cool about your podcast. You can, you're interested in a viewer that comes on. Yeah, I'll go check that out. For me over
that's a
there, it's
good point.
just every video is just a wash. Once it's uploaded, I might as well just delete it.
How long does it usually take you to like get them up?
2 seconds. Literally, it's cut and dry. Just click record. It's me. It's who I am. There's no editing. There's no nothing. I just boom, and I just post it.
I love that.
Hell yeah, make it easy for yourself. Easy to stay consistent.
People are there because they want to win money. They want to win bets. If they're not going to hit, like they don't care about the production on it. They're just like, listen, you give me winning picks, I'll keep coming back.
I'll take it, baby.
Right. Yeah, but to like go off of what you just said about the rewatchability, it's like, but there's also a sense of urgency when it comes to your videos to tune in.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's that sense like with the rewatchability, it's like, yeah, we can drop it on Sunday at 12, but if you don't get to it until Wednesday or Thursday the next week, like you may get to it, but it's like I know it'll be there. But for your guys' shit, it's like, oh no, like the games tonight.
yeah.
Oh, let's turn this
Facts.
on. Like we need to turn this.
No, yeah. We got a schedule. We get our stuff out like 12 o'clock every day for NBA. For Sunday video, we'll do Friday night for the NFL main slate. So I mean, we got like a schedule.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I just love everything, and I'm like, it's really makes me excited to know that you get to like live out some of your childhood.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I whatever. It's something. It's something little. It's not like a money maker. Like it's not like huge. Like you know what I'm saying. But it's just something cool.
Could be though.
Yeah,
It could be, but more important, it's just like
Something you love to do.
exactly. It's something that you're creating, and that like you have that community,
yeah,
and it's just something to be a part of, and that other people can be a part of, like within the same passion. So that's fucking
for
sick.
sure. Yeah.
So love that. But yeah, Upstate Bets, check them out. We'll also link that in the description as well. Number 3 that we want to touch on with Dale J. We play pickup. This is something that I've got to see and Barton's got to see like develop, and a lot of other people too, like over the years, from like the planning stages to implementation to the games and all that. So Dale, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So it kind of started as like this like kind of weird idea at first with like I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Nick Briz or like Friga. These dudes are like basketball players that go to like different cities and host like these runs that people go to and they film, they talk shit and they go crazy and the people love it. At
Yeah.
first, like that's kind of what I like envisioned at first. Like, wow, this is actually blowing up right now. Like, this is getting so many views. Like, I watched this dude's channel go from like this dude literally had like 50,000 subscribers or like yesterday. Like, he's got like 100 now. I just watching it blow up. Like, how can I get in on this? And then I kind of thought about it, and it just like was very unrealistic for me to kind of do the things that like I felt like were possible. Not to mention, you got to be like, I mean, the dudes that they're playing against are like world class basketball players. Like these dudes are like elite. People around here really are not on that level. So I was like, you know what? Let's do some like local stuff. And I kind of thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, wow, I love playing ball. Really haven't played ball, since like my high school days. So I wanted to do something like competitive, like around here, because usually there's been leagues around here forever. Like there's like the JCC league, there's Borza leagues, like there's accelerate leagues, but there's nothing like in the valley. So like I really wanted to focus on like something in the valley, like especially even to play basketball. Like we're blessed to have like runs on Tuesday nights at a local church that we do. But like for a while there, especially during COVID, like there was no place to play. They actually were like stripping rims off the local parks. You couldn't even play. So I was like, wow, like there's actually nothing to do. So I created this league called We Play Pickup. It's we do leagues now every season. We had a website going for a little bit. Now it's basically just Instagram based. The website we're actually messing with this different site actually today that another league uses out in Louville. We will be kind of like touching base with them to see if we can get all like the database of stats and everything like that, field goal percentage, everything listed on this one website. But for now, it's cut and dry. We got 6 teams. They come along. We got teams from Rome. We've had a team from Oneonta this year. That's about as far as they've came. We've had teams from Boonville. We've had teams from multiple Utica teams, Valley teams. We try to get new teams every season. Right now, we are going into the playoffs next Friday for our fall league. Yeah, it's for nonprofit. For the first couple leagues, I actually donated back to the school. Now we're going to try to do something pretty big here, save up a couple league fees, and try to do actually something really cool, maybe at like a local park or something cool with a bunch of the profits, because people do pay to enter the league. There is trophies and stuff like that and t-shirts provided at the end of the league, but all the profits, we're going to try to do something cool that we're still trying to figure that out. But for a while, we were just donated back to the school. They can use it for new jerseys. They can use it for whatever they want to put it into. It's not a lot of money, but it's not like they can get a new floor or backboards, but they can definitely get pennies for the kids, or a kid maybe that's struggling to find shoes that year, wants to play on modified basketball or something like that. There's something like that every year. So buy the kid new shoes, use the money for that, and let the kids play ball. I think that's really where it started from. I was very frustrated. I went from playing basketball every day. 2020, 2021 hit, and I'm like, well, there's no way to play. So started doing these leagues. It got very competitive, and now it's something I wake up every Friday looking forward to playing. It's fun. So we do that now.
That's awesome that you got people coming in like an hour away. That shows right there that you got something cooking, because
Yeah.
people are lazy, bro. They don't even want to, they don't want to drive 10 minutes, but driving an hour to go hoop, that's pretty
Yeah. No,
good.
I mean,
For real, yeah.
it depends how much you like hooping. I'll drive quite a bit for a good session, but I mean, dude, these are organized games and people pay to play. So there's referees. Like I said, you get your own jersey. You get, I mean, it's the real deal. I think I even got a jersey. I got a jersey. This is this year's jersey. We're actually pink. It's like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this is us this season,
Hell yeah.
and we got the logo on there. There's me.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everyone gets a shirt, different colored, and then we have full stats. Everyone gets their stats, and there's a whole playoff and everything. So it's really cool, especially for people who didn't get the chance to play college basketball or still want to play at a high level. Not necessarily a high level, but still want to play at an organized level and get that
Competitive,
experience. So that's basically what it
Yeah.
is.
Killing it, baby.
Yeah. I just love to hear it.
Even that's a people person thing. I mean, dude, you do a lot of bullshit there too. I mean, it's basketball, dude. Like, I mean, we've had some horror stories. Like, we've had dudes take their shirts off and try fighting the ref, and we've had people out of the gym. We've had fights. We've had a lot of things, but that's basketball. That's competitive. You're gonna get that at a fucking LA Fitness. That's just how it goes. So yeah, I kind of like the competitive stuff. I even, every Friday, even for no money, it's super competitive. People love it. I like to see it. I want to keep it growing though.
And
I want to keep it going.
which you will. I mean, like just from the new cities and towns you've mentioned, you've grown like crazy since I was last there. I shoot the video for you 2 years ago.
Yeah,
About
Jarvis. Yeah.
you had Rome, Utica, a couple Valley teams. I don't think you had any of the far out teams there yet, but that's crazy. I didn't know you guys were growing like that. So congrats, bro.
It's getting there. Yeah. Like long term, like, and I look at it from, what I would like to do eventually is if I can open up my own rec center with, I mean, I've looked at a couple different gyms in the past. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of startup, but like, if I can open up my own, center and eventually one day do that along with, selling cars and everything else I'm doing now, like that'd be like a dream. So I would like to do like actual like full season length leagues with like real jerseys and like a website, like almost like, I mean, it sounds crazy, like a local NBA kind of thing, like, but actually get like
I love it.
sponsors on the jerseys and sponsors on the core, and do like highlight videos and just go crazy.
Bro, it's so doable.
It definitely is, and I would do like a 24-hour access gym and a key card, almost like having like like a local like weightlifting gym, but this is like basketball. You get a membership, you can use it 24/7. Like there's other stuff in there as well, not weightlifting wise, but maybe like some like endurance type training equipment, and just yeah, let the local groups come in and use it. Like CYO needs places to practice, high school many places to practice. Some of the youth kids do training camps, stuff like that. Some holiday stuff. A lot of money, talking a long ways into the future, but I like the dream. So,
I got one question for you, Dale.
so
If there was another pandemic, you shutting down or what?
no, no way, no.
Running it, baby. Keeping the rims
I'm
up.
not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna make a Facebook post.
We'll roll into our next segment, which is, chatting about our Sam of the week. Motivation Monday, Mindful Monday. This week, our Sam was stay prepared. Matt, you want to read that off for us, baby?
You already know. So yeah, this one, again, short and to the point quote. So this week, Sam, stay prepared. The odds are not always in your favor. However, if you have a solid plan, you're more likely to come out on top. Opportunities can come when you least expect them or not at all. So stay prepared so that you can create them on your own.
Let's go.
So that one's kind of a heavy hitter,
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion. Stay prepared. It's that statement alone is kind of self-explanatory. But again, we put that out just like every other Sam we do is because we're going through stuff. We're trying to work, on the journey to wherever we want to be, all that stuff. And that's something that you need to do. It can be something as big as, a business endeavor or something on a larger scale like that, or as small as just like packing a toothbrush on a trip or something like that. I mean, that's very important, but you get what I'm trying to say. So stay prepared so that you're ready and you can capitalize on things and you can stay one step ahead. Because, like it said in the thing we just read off, the odds are not always going to be in your favor. But if you have a solid plan, it helps you come out on top. Not guaranteed, but it could still put you in a better spot than you would be if you didn't, have that plan and were prepared.
It's also going to help you out on the confidence side of things. If you're always working on your craft, or you're always got your hand in whatever activity or thing you're doing, whenever you're called upon, or say you get a job, someone needs a favor, someone's looking to hire some certain type of position. If your skills are sharp, you can't deny skills. You know what I mean? Like, skills are always there. You just got to keep them sharp. So I like that aspect and side of this quote is, really honing in on the skills part of it. Like, if you're a great mechanic, you can get a job anywhere. You know what I mean? If you're a fantastic photographer or videographer, everyone in the whole world that owns a business is looking for advertising and marketing. You just got to be ready, stay prepared, and keep your finger on the trigger.
Let the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I mean, yeah, I've had I've had people call me all the time asking if I need help with advertising and stuff like that. And at the time, I don't, but I love when people call. Honestly, I try to motivate them, just like, bro, honestly, just keep calling. Like, because I've worked in that door to door sales space before. I've gotten shit thrown in my face. I've gotten the door slammed. I've gotten hung up on. I've gotten that stop calling me. I've been there, and I just I respect a lot of the hustle from a lot of these people who are trying to get it in the sales world. So that takes a lot of preparation too. So be prepared for anything. You got to have a duck brain. You got to just, all right, next one, next one, next one. So really cool.
For sure.
Sure.
And
I love that you touched on
yeah,
that.
you just talked about that in the last episode too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely.
That door to door, bro, that shit will build you up.
Yeah, for sure. Now, but that quote, my favorite quote of all time is actually on my whiteboard up here. I keep it right in front of me. It says, "Luck favors the prepared one," and I keep that there all the time.
How perfect.
Yeah, that's why when you guys mentioned it, I was like, "Wow, this is very accurate for this episode." Yeah, luck favors the prepared one. Big letters. At first, helped with Upstate. Basically, like when you log on and you got to make a pick. A lot of the times, like if you're just making a pick just because like it's coming from your gut, like a lot of the times, like it's just like people don't really they want to hear a reasoning behind that pick. Like if I love Patrick Mahomes to throw 3 touchdowns on Sunday, like what's the reasoning? So if I'm prepared and I have my reasoning, I have my backing, I have my statistics, like that's gonna make that a better video that's going to make people believe in that. Because at the end of the day, what I want is people to subscribe for my Patreon. And I want people on my Patreon. I want people on my picks. I want people to win money. And, if I feel prepared and I got to sell them these picks, I got to sell them the reason why they should take that pick. So I got to be prepared for that. And I kept that there for a long time. And then I moved into the car space. When you come to buy a car, I mean, if there's lights on the dash, if the brakes are squeaking, if the exhaust is loud, you're not going to buy that car. So to make a sale, I mean, got to get a little lucky, and you got to be prepared too. Car's got to be ready to go. It's got to be clean. It's got to be mechanically sound. It's got to be ready. So if you want to get lucky, you got to be prepared.
So that kind of like, I want to bring something up really quickly, is like a quote that I really like is it's short and it just says, make your own luck.
Yeah.
So, kind of like the quote you were saying and everything. So do you think that you can make your own luck to a certain degree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
Because I've had people argue,
that's kind of like the end of our quote, though. Stay prepared so you're ready.
right. But it's like, I've had people argue with me about that. And they're like, you cannot, luck is luck.
Well, it depends what you want to get lucky doing. Like, a lot of people just consider luck to just be like winning money or something. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, if you find anyone can find a penny on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that your luck that day? Like, it depends. There's just certain things. Like, I think it's more of like a mindset thing. Like, you know, when you
Yeah.
get
Big perspective
yeah,
thing.
it's definitely a different perspective.
Or it's like, like finding a penny on the ground. It's like, well, maybe you were on the way somewhere. You decided to get out of bed and go somewhere that day. So you essentially made that
Yeah,
happen. You know what I mean? Or like people are like, oh, you know, you're doing this, you're doing that, or you have something nice, or you look good, or you've been busting your ass in the gym. They're like, must be nice. Like,
yeah,
must be nice to be lucky to have genetics and shit like that. And it's just like, bro, like, no,
yeah. I affiliate luck with karma though too. Like karma and luck are kind of fall in the same like stratosphere for me. Like if you're doing good
I
things and you're
agree.
working hard and you got good karma, like good karma and luck are kind of like the same thing to me.
I also
I
think
agree.
people seek these things.
Yeah,
Like if you kind of have you have your mind set on being lucky or unlucky or whatever, you're gonna your perspective and your mind's gonna kind of change and switch, and you're gonna be like you're gonna try to attach it to being lucky.
yeah,
Or it could just be a coincidence. You know what I mean? If you're looking to be lucky and then you find a penny, you're like, oh, I am lucky. You know what I mean? But
So,
I don't know. It's a big perspective.
well, that's the law of attraction,
Yeah.
and then like energy and stuff too, which I'm huge on. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, you get what you put out. And I know that's not always the case. And there's a lot of bad shit that happens to people who do well and do good and things like that. But it's just like, as simple as this. It's like, say, like, you wake up and you're in a really good mood. You go to the store and you come across somebody and you're like, oh, good morning. How's it going? Or how are you? Everything like that. You're probably going to get a good response from that person.
yeah.
But if you wake up miserable and you go to the store and someone's like, oh, good morning. How are you? And you're just like, meh, or whatever like that. They're probably going to be like,
All
you
right, yeah,
fucking
whatever.
asshole. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, so you're putting out negative, you're getting negative back. You put
Setting the
out
tone.
positive, you probably will get positive back. And like I said, nothing's foolproof, but
Yeah,
I feel like generally speaking, like that's the case, at least in my
I
experience.
would agree.
So,
yeah. No, I totally
I
agree.
definitely would agree.
so week three's question of the week is, what are 3 new things that you have tried in the last year? So this could be anything from activities to a mindset shift to a new approach to new tactics to, really anything. It's not specific to one specific area. This can be anything.
Okay.
So, with that being said, who would like to go first?
You got it,
All
bro.
right, I'll go first. I graduated from college. I just received my bachelor's degree, so that's something cool. Uh, living in a world without doing homework is something new. I actually have more time, which is fucking awesome. Not have to deal with going to class or logging on to class or worrying about what the hell I have due tonight. So that's something like a change, something new, for the positive. It's not something that's like hey, I did this and this happened. It's just I finally finished. I got that piece of paper, and I don't have to worry about it no more, which is awesome. So whether I use it or not, let's go. I got a dog. Um, at this point, like 11 months ago, so it's within the year. It fits under the criteria, and it's been awesome, man. It's like, raising a small child. Kudos to all the dads out there. But not really having, I imagine having a kid is a lot. I can freestyle a little bit. Maybe that'll be my talent in terms of the music world. But no, I strive to stay positive in terms of writing music. So really, I dabbled in a lot of different things. I have a very, very, very wide variety of music that I like. So whatever I decide to do music writing wise, something new comes out every time. Shit, I'll write a country song if I even need to. But me and my buddy John Squigs, we like to call him. We just got the studio actually locally. Not necessarily like a studio yet. It's like a jam space. We go in there and jam. We've had similar things in the past, but this is kind of like our own. This is like no one can take it away from us. And yeah, the goal is to put some music out within the next 6 months. Put some music out on like Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Um, I've put out like rap songs and stuff like that before on like SoundCloud, and me and Matt had a band growing up. I mean, I've always done music, like I've always played shows, so this time kind of do it for for myself and something that like I really really passionate about, and yeah, gonna be really excited to put some stuff out. So we'll be in the works, hopefully sooner than later. I'm gonna try to do my best to self record some of it, but I'm definitely gonna need help with some guys who have a little bit more knowledge in the audio engineering space.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
excited.
yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. I'm excited to shoot that video too.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll do something like that. I just like playing shows. Matt can relate too. Um, Kano can relate. I mean, whether either both of you guys are fucking Matt. So which one do you want me to say, Matt and Matthew? But either way, I mean, shit, man. I played my first show with you when I was 12. I mean, I was 12 on that
Yeah.
first show, and you know, we took a very, very long break. We got back into it kind of like 2018-ish range. Kind of played my last show like 2014, and then really for like 4 or 5 years there, didn't do nothing. It's nice to get a little bit more energy, and then obviously COVID hit. There really wasn't many shows to play, but now there's like no scene around here, so it's even tougher to get shows and play shows. But if you're a local musician and if you're a musician at all, get out there and just like face that fear of like going up on stage and just fucking do it. Or even if you're like a stand-up comedian and you feel like you're funny, like go up there and do it. Like there's like a certain energy that you get that's like unmatched. It's like if you
No,
played
for
high
sure.
school sports and that adrenaline, like it's like that same rush. And when you do it and you accomplish that, it's just an amazing feeling. And yeah, it's wicked cool. So I highly recommend if you're into that type of stuff, go do it.
Yeah, you
Hell yeah.
gotta. You gotta. Yeah, I've honestly played the majority of my shows that I've played with Dale in my
Yeah.
life. I can truly say that, and me and Dale wrote some pretty awesome music together. I mean, from raps that we have recorded in the Lost Files to hardcore. Yeah, that was the first band we were in, was a hardcore
Oh,
band, Tremble, for those of you
yeah.
know. You know, Tremble NYHC. Reality Check on YouTube. Go peep that. But yeah, so it's just super cool. But like Dale said, you just really got to get out there and do it. I mean, I can't even tell you. I was scared shitless for our first show.
Oh, we were
Dale
terrible.
was 12.
We were terrible, but it was awesome.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. It needed to, it's just like anything else. The more you do something, the more comfortable you're gonna feel, the more efficient you become. Stuff.
Music,
So
that shit's all chemistry too. Eventually, you just build a chemistry. At first you feel like you're on a script when you're up there on stage. You're like, holy shit, I can't fuck up, and then you're just like, wow, like these dudes, like they have your back, kind of thing. Like they're just like, yo, like I fuck up, but like we're there, we're on time, we're on cue. You build this chemistry. You get that through practicing, and keep playing, and there you go. Now you're sounding good. You don't got to be the best sounding person in the world locally. I mean, just go do it. I mean, shit. Even if you make a little bit of money doing it, I mean, that's a bonus. We never really made anything doing it. It's just straight passion.
yeah, we'd get little shit, but you got merch to buy and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it just, yeah, it was more so fun. But anyways,
That statement made me think of the beginning of the movie Dirt, where like he fucking just smashes someone with the guitar in the face. Someone just yelled out some like talking shit mid set, and then just absolutely mobbed him.
yeah.
yeah,
But
that's
I mean, anyways, how about you? What you thinking, dog?
for the
Yeah,
three new things I've tried in this last year. I guess first things first is I had a change in my mindset. I mean, in a lot of different areas. I mean, I've taken on some things that I'll expand on in a second here, but mainly not taking everything people say at face value. Like Dale said, and we've talked about, like when you work with people, like you really have to have that duck brain. You really have to wipe the dirt off your shoulder and keep moving. It's because there's underlying conditions as to why people act the way they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, most people that are negative have had some sort of traumatic event or are going through something that's really paining them, and they just don't have the patience, they don't have the tolerance for any bullshit, and that's just what it is. So like if you can really try to like keep that in mind, that there's an underlying condition, you know what I mean? Or if like someone's rude or short or whatever, like just be like, all right, that person probably is like, going through something right now,
good way to look
whatever.
at it for sure.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Second thing is started a cleaning business, like I've talked about before. That's been pretty wild. It's been really busy. Really grateful for all the jobs and support and word of mouth and people sharing, liking.
Shout out McRosa.
Yeah, so that's been cool. Been learning a lot there. That's been new. I actually just hired on my first employee too. He's been killing it. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do half the jobs that we've been taking on, and we're looking to hire on a third person. So
Hell yeah.
that's brings its own set of challenges in itself, and when you grow a business, and then honestly too, my third thing that I've tried new is, it's not really new, it's something I've always tried to do but really focused on, is managing time, because I have my hands in a lot, you know what I mean? Multiple businesses, rentals, I'm a father, I'm a husband. Like I there's a lot, family time. It's just, all that type of stuff. And like taking an adequate amount of time for each of those things is super important to me, but it can become hectic, but a lot of times I don't see my wife, I don't see my son in a day because I work all day and then all night. You go from the one job to the other job, and then I don't get home till 9:30. They're both sleeping. But like, for every one of you who's watching this and are working hard at something, like that's what the grind looks like. And that's why not everybody grinds like that. And that's why not everybody, you know, works for themselves or is, has reached their level of success, whatever that may be for you or that other person, is because it takes things that you haven't done before to get results that you have never achieved. And when it comes to like the entrepreneur life and all that type of stuff, like it is not easy. And guess what? Nothing is guaranteed. You could be doing all what you're doing right now for absolutely nothing. But if you look at any successful person and they're on podcasts or whatever, and the host is like, so why did you become successful at this even though there's all these other people trying to do it? Like what sets you apart? And they have the most common answer that I see is that I just never quit.
Shout out Hermosi.
Yeah.
So, shit's going to be hard. You're going to have to be resilient. You're really going to have to push through a lot of things. Like I was just on a job the other day. It was a pretty hard job. And I was sitting there and I'm like, man, like I want to be home on my couch right now, not doing this. And it's not that I'm not passionate about it. It's just, I miss my wife. I miss my son. You know what I mean? Like I do all this stuff for them, but that's just what I need to do right now so that I can enjoy that time later on. So if you're watching this and you're going through some shit, keep pushing because it's not a matter of if, but when. So
Keep it cooking, baby.
keep that in mind. All right. How about you, Barton?
So for me, I moved to a new city. That was a little bit over a year now, so I'm still gonna say that. That's been crazy. It's been great. Moved out there August of 2022. Been there ever since. Beautiful place to live. I'm out in Denver, Colorado. Lots to do, lots to see. I've been meeting a lot of great people. Got my homies out there, and yeah, just lots of learning. Living on your own. Time management, all that good stuff, budgeting. So, and just being away from everything, a lot less distractions, a lot of things you don't know, you're not familiar with. So, it's been great. I love it. I would not change it for the world. I'll probably be in a new city next year. I'm just gonna keep trying to try out new cities. That's how we do, baby.
Let's go.
Number two, I'm gonna say probably about 8 months ago, I started dabbling into jujitsu. I actually started that out in Denver at a gym called Easton Training Center. I took over kind of doing their photography and videography in turn of, being able to train there for free. Love it over there. Great community, great culture. Visiting back home, obviously. So I got to go train up with my boys up in Utica, which is pretty sick. Just to check out a new gym, roll with the homies. And yeah, number three, I also recently left my job and started working for myself. So I'm doing full time photography, videography, social media management, and still active, baby. So that's very exciting.
Let's go.
Definitely crazy, lots of emotions and feelings all the time. If sometimes you feel like you're not doing shit, you're not on the right path, and then other times you're fucking hype, feeling like top of the world.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's so
It's
true.
it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of ups and downs, very humbling. Like I said, lots of different emotions going through, that process of, having that solid structure and the guarantee versus, figure it out. You have to, wear all different hats. You got to be a salesman, got to do the marketing, advertising, got to be able to hire, got to be able to scale, all these great things. Um, and just to throw a little spicy one in there, the podcast, baby, episode number 3. We're finally here. We've been trying to do this for like 2 or 3 years now, and we finally took the leap. So very happy for that, and excited to be here. Excited to have you
Absolutely.
on, Dale. It's great to have you on as our first guest, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you got pondering up in your head up there, Dale?
No, not really. To kind of finish off, kind of like how the gist of the episode went, I mean, the whole entrepreneur life, everything like that, it's not for everyone. Don't feel discouraged, if you feel like you're, working a 9 to 5 job and you feel like you got to get out of it because you don't feel like you're doing enough. I've been there. Those are actually needed to make the world go round. You can live a very good and successful life working for somebody else, working for a company that's, some companies don't give you room to move up. Maybe you should find a different company, down the line. But don't feel like you're not doing something if you're just not involved with media or you're not working for yourself. It's okay. It's definitely okay. Don't feel the need to stress out about shit like that because I did for a very long time and I still do because there's certain things, there's certain challenges that you don't see on the outside in the entrepreneur life. A lot of long days. If you want time, highly suggest maybe not going that route. Because the more time you put in, the
Yeah.
more you're gonna get out. At least when you get out of work at 5 o'clock, you can go home, play your game, go to the casino, go get some dinner, do what you want, go hit the gym. You're gonna be working a lot of weird hours, at least I do, and you're gonna be doing a lot of weird shit all the time.
Bro, for real.
Don't feel discouraged. Definitely don't. If you're in college, don't fucking drop out and go do some crazy stuff. Always have an organized plan.
It doesn't have to be big right off the bat either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
shit will
you
come.
could
Shit will come.
start as a hobby. Just do the things you love to do, and if things, start to spiral down in the direction of a business, then there you go.
Yeah,
But
go check out Hub's Life. Hub's Life on Instagram. I shared him with.
Yeah,
Very cool
yeah.
dude, very humble dude. He's an HR specialist in Austin, Texas. He highlights normalizing society. You see a lot of glimmer and glam on TikTok and Instagram. So um, he's a dude that definitely showcases what his life is like working 9 to 5. Has a very solid income, lives a very good life, lives in a great house with a beautiful wife and a dog and a family. And he lets you know it's not the end of the world if you do shit like that. Don't feel the need to push yourself. Don't stress out. You're all right. You're doing everything good.
hell
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
great ending point, brother.
But yeah, so that concludes week 3, episode 3. We have another surprise for you guys for next week. We will shed some light on that as we get closer. And yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in.
Love that you guys are doing this now. I knew it was going to be something like this for years to come. I mean, I knew that. I love this whole new rebranding stuff. It's wicked cool. Obviously, keep the clothes pumping out. But this whole new thing is wicked dope. This is where it needs to be, and hopefully, it just keeps going up from here.
Hell yeah,
Thank you,
appreciate you, brother.
brother. Well, yeah, love
For sure.
y'all.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
see you later. Tune in week 4.